You can pick anyone and you read the rhythm for me, okay?
Okay. So we got da da. Oh, I don't need to clap actually. Okay. So da 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 da
Now,
da da
suddenly,
da.
suddenly you got fast. Try again.
So, hello people. Let's talk about some things. First of all, I ordered the necessary gear to correct my audio problem as I had in my live session, and things will be fixed. Next thing, I wonder how people are really understanding the idea of music theory content, composition content on YouTube. Long time ago, I had a clear idea that this was like a complement for the education of people who are studying the thing in another way. But what I see now is that more and more people truly believe that this is enough. So you have this YouTube stars producing content, and that's enough. And I checked to see if this is really true, and reading a lot of comments and posts of people on forums and things like this, I see that there is a good amount of people who really think this is enough. So let's risk to say that this 30%, 20% of the composers who are in these communities associated to classical music or more alternative film music or even compositional studies at the university. So I'm not talking about the people who compose Britney Spears stuff, okay? So let's see why does it happen. So in United States, of course, they have this problem with the universities. It's very expensive. But what it is concerning for me is that most of people are truly not aware of what you need in order to improve the way that you are expected to improve. So to reach the goal that you want to reach. And one of the key things to understand is that you are just with the content with this streaming system of YouTube six talk. No, I said six talk. Okay, um, YouTube, TikTok, social media, or whatever type of streaming. What happens there? You have just one dimension of the overall pedagogical experience that you need. Okay, principally when it comes to musical composition, let me do some explanation here. So let's say this is the whole pedagogical experience. I would cut this in three parts. How can I cut a circle in three parts? It's hard, no? So so You expected something very geometrical, no? But I'm far away from the mathematic side of my head, my friend. So, by the way, it's a nice logo, no? Like Alpine Solutions, new string library. So, because it's like a mountain. So, see, I did this with more space because I think this here is the most important part, and this is how you think things are going. So you are probably not understanding that the two most important parts is the feedback and the practice. Okay, let me write with the trackpad if it connects, and the practice. So mentorship, practice. Here we have the feedback thing. Okay. So you want these things interacting with each other. So they are the most important elements. And people are focusing on here on content creating content. So information. For example, I did a video on modal cadence. People are asking me for the other keys, and I explained it already. I want to do actually a better worksheet to give more attention to the practice side of things. So this is why I don't want to jump like in the next delivery of information, understand? And the idea is to give resource for those who want to learn well the content of the video that I did. So this is the learning experience. Otherwise, I am just doing entertainment, my friend. And sometimes I do like this because for me it's a marketing. Each video that I do, I appear more, and then I get more visibility, more students. But from the pedagogical point of view, this over focus, let's say, on the content, it's very problematic, because the content is giving to you the information. Okay, principally when it is short, very well edited content. The video edition, the better the video edition is, the more information you have, but the shorter the video will be, probably because it's more expensive, it's more demanding. And by the way, the light here today is so bad, no? Because I'm not a professional Twitch streamer still, I think it's better like this. So the better the content, the better the video aspect, the video editing, principally in music theory, that's very expensive, very demanding when you want to do some things. Probably the video will be shorter, and then with the video, when the video is shorter, you have more information, and when it is very well edited, so you have more information. It's condensed information, but condensed information is not education. Okay, this is my new formula. Okay, information is not education. They are very closely related. I can in one lesson teach you all the main techniques of the history of music. Do you understand? So this focus on content does not reflect the nature of things. It is a little bit more like this. I will risk to put the practice here. Practice and oh my god. I always start the video without preparation. This is the thing. I am preparing for a concert, my friend. Improvisation. I would not call it. So this is why I don't even have the place for to write here. So let's do like this. I will write for you better with my system of writing. Okay, now it will work. So here, so practice and study. So by study I mean, you know what is to study. So you check some books, and then here perhaps the content creation helps a little bit. But it's different because the whole idea of content creation is to feed the algorithm, and here's the main problem. Perhaps I remember to talk about this later. So this is not the same like library. So this is why we have to remember that we have music libraries, and this is what I find so stupid. So like for example here in Vienna, or if you are in New York or London, the libraries, they are absolutely awesome. So go to such music libraries. So it's way more a way more interesting experience than go to a YouTube feed. You understand? So study, so library. Now practice and study. So now the second how is it called, the second layer, mentorship. So principally in music we can't hear ourselves so well, and it's very hard to judge ourselves if we don't hear ourselves so well. Principally when you are starting, we don't have the best criteria, and we are so attached to our patients, don't understand. So mentorship will give a more objective look. And it's very important that the mentor is not an asshole. So you have to pay attention with this. And it's also very important that he's not a scammer. So this is it is the two opposites. So scammer and the asshole. So the asshole, you find him in very good universities, like for example Mozarteum or Royal College. There is a likelihood to have the asshole, because he can be an asshole. So he has a permanent contract, and this is the best condition to create an asshole. So permanent contract, frustrated person, and sometimes they are good. Sometimes they are very good professionally, but you know they might break you psychologically. But it's not in every university. So I spoke about Mozarteum, but like statistically every institution has the asshole. So you might call today with the trendy word narcissist. So statistically, they are there. Now, there is also the scammer in the other side. Sometimes also a narcissist person, but the scammer is less asshole. So he says what you want to hear, and the whole thing will be about money and keeping you as a student. And a strategy that is going on there that I see, they never speak about this because people don't want to hear about this. Okay, they want a shortcut. So they will give you almost nothing to do at home. Okay. And the other type of teacher, it is the idiot. And this is me. Like, I tell you that you have to practice a lot. I give many tasks in different fields. So, improvisation, learn a Chopin prelude. I always do this mistake because I am too advanced with technology. So here, this is also the point I have. I researched a lot about the technology of such things. And sometimes you see me doing stuff that is not so popular. So I try to invent things, and then I get in trouble with the things that I invent. So now you can see the image. And I was speaking about the idiot. So he gives a lot of exercise. So improvisation, learn Chopin, and still read Nietzsche for the next week if you are doing a 3 hours session with me. So this will be in the first or the second or the third. And here we have 20 minutes to feedback, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and then in the final minutes I give another piece or the next bars, some feedback. I don't know what might happen. So here the composition lesson, if you are a very good composer, so but you look like you don't know things outside of music, so read Nietzsche about music, we start to discuss, then we have an idea for a new task in musical composition that solves the problem that I saw in your score. So composition, the true composition lesson is crazy. It can be everything, or the contrary. You are too abstract, philosophical, and ooh la la, and then I bring you back to earth with some analysis of a Liszt piano sonata, and this is our third or whatever. And then I say to you, okay, we analyzed the exposition of the sonata here. Now go home and check the development section and tell to me which is the most original ideas in this development section. This is just pronunciation problem. Okay, this is not Freudian sleep. Okay. In this section, what makes it great? So compare with Beethoven, and then you go, you try, you will fail, and I will give a feedback based on your failure, or you will do some very interesting comments, and I will keep them. We go to the next lesson. This is how it works. So this is one of the examples. So what I want to say is that this type of approach will make the student work, and people don't want to hear this. So the likelihood that the student will go away it is bigger. And also because to study more you pay more. See, you have to pay more, you have to go to a lesson that is more intense, and you have to practice more, organize your time at home better. Why do all these things? You understand? If you can just download the musician app and watch what the algorithm is offering to you, and you go to the VI controlation forum, and you see people offending the professional teachers of music and say, you don't need this. Just press the key here, and the arpeggiator will do like so. So I don't need to learn what even in which key I am in, because it will quantize to scale. And people use these arguments and this type of thing in order to attack the music theory hierarchy. How can we create this word? Do you know the like anarchy or the government of music theory? So the music theory paradigm. Now, when I defend some aspects of music theory, I always like to point out that there is a criticism against music theory inside from the academia that is interesting. This is here in German, so the criticism against the Tonsatz paradigm, and it has some valid points, because the common structures of music theory failed to explain well basically modern music, and the modern avant-gardist music tested the limits of the common analytical frameworks. So but I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the apologetics of ignorance in music theory. So this is a problem, but it's more convenient, no? Because you need to pay less, you need to study less, and etc. And the only thing that you need to do is to focus on staying in such a comfort zone. So you learn some tips and tricks, and you stay there forever, and then you get some 4,000 followers, because the tips and tricks that you are following, they are based on what is massively popular. It will go towards the Hans Zimmer fast food type of music creation, and then to stand out in this type of music, you have to spend money in gear, because gear, it will help you stand out with the so-called production value. Because if you are imitating Hans Zimmer, what they want, so you need the production value. So you need the best string library or such things. So very good mixing skills, and to work a lot in the sound design. So here you can get better, and this is why the Tom Hockenborg is actually way better than Hans Zimmer. Is also not my I don't find him the best composer, but I find funny how even in the style of Hans Zimmer there are way better composers. So the owner of the 8 Duo, he's a very good composer for this more popular cinematic style. I heard what he does for the demos of his instruments, and has a very interesting set of skills, because he creates a totally new instrument, and then creates also a musical piece that is very specific for that sonic word, and still sounds very popular, very fashion, very mediocre, like Hans Zimmer, but it's the best of the mediocre music. So it's very good for TV, and do you understand? So this universe, so this new paradigm brings problems and challenge for the conventional teacher of music theory. The musical taste that is heavily affected by the algorithms of Spotify, things like this. They still want you to push you Hans Zimmer everywhere. See, I'm not also an enemy of Hans Zimmer, but I find him an interesting topic of the actuality of these questions in classical and in film composition topics. Do you understand? Because, for example, I was looking at the brochure of the Musikverein here in Vienna, and it's interesting how they try to push Hans Zimmer everywhere as if he were one hair of the John Williams. Do you understand? This is my only problem. If you try to push, I don't know. It's like seeing the same list like Mahler, Ravel, and Led Zeppelin. You understand? Like they want to push these things together. So the guys of Led Zeppelin, they were really genius. But this is still another paradigm of musical creation. And to explore better this idea, so this is the old problem between pop and classic, this whole thing. We would need to explore other concepts of musical and artistical, so aesthetics, so philosophy of art. That is not the point here now. But what I wanted to say with all this is that the new paradigm of taste, of musical taste, affects let's say the economy of teaching composition and music theory. And then they go to the university. So why are they going to study with the asshole? And when he's not the asshole, he's the gatekeeper. He's the evil gatekeeper who tell you to not compose parallel fifths. You understand? And then always the stupid argument, but Debussy used the parallel fifths. Okay. So they think that we are stupid, to understand? So the idea with the parallel fifths, saying one more time, is to develop your polyphonic ear and to create, to give you a limitation, in order for you to explore the dimensions of harmony that is natural to overlook when we start understanding harmony. So are you aware of all the voice? What is happening in each moment? With each voice. So what are they doing? Do you understand? Where is the dissonance? Oh my god. So this is the idea. So many times when they try to attack the gatekeeper, they use wrong arguments. However, the reality of the gatekeeper is there. The problem is that when we use the wrong arguments, then we start to create a problem, leading people to the another dimension. By the way, the idiot here is so okay. I truly don't believe that I'm an idiot, but in an ironic way, why to do things in order to risk losing more money, and why don't keep the safe system? So now, yes, I have to pay attention with the visibility for you. I have to learn many things. So the gatekeeper is a reality, okay, and the asshole as well. So, but I think that we use wrong arguments many times. Principally, when it comes to music theory, the whole stupid discussion against music theory, and given that Paul McCartney argument, to understand. So they always take the exception and make out of the exception the new rule. So this is philosophically the kindergarten still. So practice and study, then the mentorship. I was analyzing now the mentorship. Now, still in the category of mentorship. So what is interesting in this private mode, it is what I offer. And by the way, I work here as well, so I might be the asshole. I don't want to be, but I think I'm the cool teacher. At least I got good feedback until now. So I gave only the very good notes for the students, but in this semester I will be very strict. So I'm already given a warning, because I also at the conservatory, so I see that I don't know how people spend the time at home. So I think people want to do everything nowadays, and they do nothing. It's like this. It's not like they have a main focus. So I remember in the time of the pandemic, I was like 2 weeks or more just with one single question and focus in my head. Do you understand? I don't know. People need more of this. They try to do many things, and then there's no time for the heavy stuff. So here, for example, my student. Actually, many of them. What I see that school is cooking the musical talents that we have, at least in Austria. So they have absolutely no free time, no free time at home. It's absolutely cooked. So this is also an issue. So a good composer needs air. I mean, chronologically, air and free space in the head to go slowly through the tasks over the week and to work them with depth. And if you have a wealth family, it is your duty to this. So I won't excuse you. I will call you a lazy, superficial person, like wasting my time. So this is your duty. So if you have musical talent, talent of musical creation, for me it's not like a lifestyle choice. You understand? It is a duty. So the world needs you. So the people who are today crying and tomorrow dying and after tomorrow in a painful breakup, and then the next week finishing a great experimental movie at the university that needs a great music. They need you. Do you understand? They need you to, in order to experience their own feelings, because without the music they won't be able to experience these feelings, and you are the guy who will make this possible. So go home and start to work on the basis of your craftsmanship, okay? And stop this, get out of this paradigm where the free stuff on YouTube will give you all the keys, understand? And because in this sense, so more more than 120 videos that I did will be not enough. Of course, it will never enough. Even if you pick all the main channels that I still want to quote. So watch the whole Alan Belkin channel, for example. Understand? This means nothing. So even if he does a very good work, because he is the key, so you have to practice in his terms, and then to get his mentorship. Otherwise, his video on orchestration or on contemporary techniques, some a little bit in the Persic chatty style, it won't make sense. You won't understand what he's. You feel that you understand. You feel that you have the feeling that you understand when you watch his videos. Because you have the entertainment, so you confuse entertainment with the education. You confuse also absorbing the information for a short time with education. These things are very different. So there are these videos on, thousands of videos on orchestration techniques, and sometimes of important, like there was this channel of orchestral tools, no? Of course, you can condense things in 5 minutes in a beautiful manner, but information is not education. So these things, they are very good for those who finished their studies here, and then you want to do short revisions and to think about these things again. This is why I also watch it and also wasted my time watching. So but here I'm speaking for the people of 18, 19 years old, so the next generation, you understand, who start to believe that's really de facto TikTok shorts, YouTube shorts, and then a YouTube video of 60 minutes is like a monumental piece of learning. It is not. Do you understand? So it is a component of a whole. Okay. So for example, if you are my student, then my videos will make a lot of sense to you, more sense to you. You understand? As a complement of your practice, but also for other channels. And for this reason, I start to understand why some channels don't waste so much time also teaching so much. Okay. It's hard to tell if you should or should not teach on YouTube. Sometimes I teach, sometimes I just speak like this. And both things, they are like a learning experience somehow. But I understand the channel who are not speaking, not teaching, to understand, and like doing straightforward propaganda, understand? Like the Mark Giovanni. And the Mark Giovanni is a funny thing, because I think he's a flawless, good salesman, and people had this idea that this is a scam, or I have my disagreements with whom I don't have a disagreement, but but I think he's very good. Actually he has a very strong congruence between what he teaches and what he can show, and this is for me one of the most important things, because anyone can teach about ostinato orchestration nowadays, no? So, or even orchestration, you understand, on YouTube. So it's not that hard. But the problem that when I click to try to find what did this man compose it of music, it's like it's almost to laugh in many cases. So the congruence is very important. Now he's a very good salesman, and he gives some tips on YouTube. But at least lately, the Mark Giovanni, he does, I think, a more straightforward marketing strategy. What he wants you to do is to bring you to the mentoring and to the on the private lesson. And why not? This is also what I do. So what else do I have to do? Now, in some cases, when I have some very original content that I am almost sure that no one can copy it, I like to do on YouTube for free. My problem is when I'm teaching things like they are very easy to be copied. I don't like this. I come more or less from an academic background, and I still find important the idea of authorship. And on YouTube it's like a wasted land, or how can you call it, a desert land, where everyone copies everyone. It's like this is the feeling, you understand? So this is why, for example, when I do a video like this, I am okay, because it will give a lot of work to someone in order to copy my faults in the way that they appear as a fault. Do you understand? So, but some tips and tricks, I reserve them more. This it is true. I hide them. I gatekeep them. It is really like this. So I try to keep a good balance, but the reality is that some things are very easy to copy. So in 5 minutes you tell the information, and they are easy to copy. And many of my subscribers, although you don't know, they bribe hidden. They never comment, but they are influential people. So there are some companies, some big channels, and some teachers of high education in composition. So they never speak one word, but they might be the people who watch my channel, and for me it's okay. But I think it's very important, this dignity of authorship and quoting who is the author of some ideas. So let's go to the content. So I was speaking anyways about the content layer. Oops. And so let's actualize here, because you are not seeing what I am showing. Why is not actualizing the image? Okay, now it works. This is the so-called sheet. It's a very old friend of technology. Chaos might happen every time, and now it bugged, and I solved the problem. Now, content. So I was anyways speaking about this idea of that sometimes there is nothing to teach on YouTube. You understand? So what you have to teach is it is just in an interaction. And I pointed the Mark Giovanni as an example. I can also tell the ultimate truth here, but I think this is how he also is feeling about it, because you can't like forever do videos about with the title how to do a realistic mock-up. Come on, man. you understand? So it's a whole issue, a realistic mock-up. So can you please stop and understand the the complexity of the problem? You understand? Not the Mark Giovanni, but I mean other creators. So they go over and over again the same topic and go back in the same basic tips, and this is good to get the new subscribers, but I think like this. So what do the old subscribers think? They already got it. So okay, I understand. Can we go forward? Do you understand? And then if you go forward into another topic, it won't be the very beautiful, cool YouTube title, like the most important secret for a realistic mockup. It is not like this. It will be like the most important attributes of early reflections in a convolution reverb, and then you test the same orchestral mockup with different adjustments over and over again, and you compare with the reference recording, and the reference recording will be probably a problem of copyright, and then you can do this on YouTube unless you risk to getting some issues. Okay, so this is the next stuff. Or for example, can we please talk about film scoring? Okay, so now you need film scoring, analysis of film scoring. So then I do my analysis of the Batman animated series. It's a masterpiece of the Shirley Walk. So then do you think I am going to do the analysis on YouTube from the Netflix? So this is impossible. Then I will get into some trouble. Now, only in an online lesson or online course, so I can show and analyze and stop and comment and ask you questions, and then we start to learn. Principally because I am so dependent on asking questions to the student. Now, the content creation is actually the last layer. Okay, and by content creation, I mean in the most general point of view, even from the point of view of lessons at the university. So lesson is where you feed the person, understand, with new things. Now the difference is that the lesson is very essentially attached to the mentorship and to the practice, at least the practice. And this is for me the important thing to remember. And another thing is that the lesson or the course, by lesson, okay, with lesson I mean by definition something in a course is the order of the learning. So this is a so important aspect that I wanted to talk about, but perhaps in another video. So the order of learning. So when you meet requirement 1 and requirement 2, then I can start my lesson already, the lesson number 3, in a totally different way. And I can't do this on YouTube. Okay? And no one can. Because I start the lesson already in reference to the learning content. And then you go forward. Similar is the online course. Okay? So here it's a matter of preference how I would do this classification, but I am doing here like the content creation in streaming service versus lessons in general perhaps I am also considering the universe of online course. I don't know. But the online course has at least this advantage, and a good online course will also focus on mentorship, and it is combined with private lessons. Otherwise, it's a similar waste of time, like watching the feed, but it's still better because you have the organized learning experience, and when you are when you have discipline, then it works better. Of course, everything that I'm speaking about here can be is not so problematic if you are someone with discipline. This is true. If you are someone with a lot of discipline and methodic and very intelligent, the YouTube algorithm is enough for you. It is the truth. If you are smart, you organize the information like the chat GTP does, and you are good to go. You go to your piano, you do your practice, you do your composition, you are disciplined, you are genial, you are perfect. You don't need to even watch my video. But for the average student, this is important to understand. So you need to get out from this TikTok paradigm and streaming and YouTube feed, principally if you are young. So this is killing you. And then when you go to a real life teacher, you struggle a lot, because the good teacher will bring you in the fire here. So he will throw you in the cold water, but you are there in the TikTok me world, and then you are not prepared to burn in the fire or to be frozen in the cold water. This is the truth. And we are not prepared to deal with the asshole, because the asshole, a lot of times, he still is very good. So at Mozarteum, this was my case. So the assholes that I got, some of them was a combination of asshole and also really bad. Hey, what are you doing here? So let me teach you. But another one, he was I learned things with him. Okay. Even he is ideologically like the contrary of what I am. Like absolutely almost anti-humanistic. So, but I respect people who take things in a deeper way, intellectually speaking. So people who have intellectual ambition to some degree. So then I had to deal with the asshole. Do you understand? And I think if you are educated with this paradigm that I'm trying to analyze here and criticize, you have a hard time with those things. But why bother? No? If you want to compose music that is so simple, so why bother with all these things? So this leads to the question of my other video. So why compose hard music if you can just compose easy music? Enough now. So you see the importance of aesthetic questions. Why do you need to compose more complicated things? So it will make you waste more money, more time, so you have less dates with your girlfriend probably. So watch then my video that I am going to recommend for you think about this question. And thanks for watching. If you remember to give a like, I'll be very thankful. If you follow on Patreon as well, of course you can also book musical lessons with me. And I'm giving a concert with improvisation on Saturday now in Vienna. And if you are there, go there and check if everything will go well. So let's see. So I need to practice. Thanks and see you later.